Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
Always fun.
This time,
Yeah.
we are taking a close look at Tesla's Q3 2024 shareholder update.
Okay.
We've got the detailed report, of course, and then also the shorter summary that they shared on X.
Right.
But beyond, the headlines about those, profit numbers and shiny new models,
Yeah.
we're digging into the insights that reveal where Tesla and maybe the entire EV market are heading.
It is a really exciting time to be watching this space, especially when you consider the broader context of global manufacturing and kind of that push for sustainability that's happening.
Yeah, for sure.
Really interesting.
Totally. And so first things first, let's talk about the financials.
Okay.
Now, I'll admit balance sheets aren't usually my thing, but even I was impressed.
Oh, wow.
Record revenue, operating income, and gross margin. Those are huge wins.
Yeah, no kidding.
But here's the kicker. The cost of goods sold per vehicle is the lowest it's ever been.
That's incredible, especially considering that, most industries are facing rising costs right now.
Right.
This really highlights Tesla's efficiency in EV manufacturing.
Like they're doing something right.
Yeah, and it's particularly interesting that their Shanghai factory achieved the lowest cost per vehicle.
Oh, really? Why do you think Shanghai stands out like that?
Well, there are likely a few factors at play.
Yeah.
One is just the sheer scale of production at the Shanghai Gigafactory.
Okay.
Higher production volume generally leads to lower costs per unit, right?
Makes sense.
Then there's the mature supply chain in China, which could offer advantages in terms of sourcing components and things like that.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the expertise of the workforce there. I mean, they've really honed their skills in EV production.
It's fascinating to see how those different pieces kind of come together to make Shanghai such a powerhouse for Tesla.
Yeah.
And this cost reduction trend, this is a big deal, right?
Yeah.
What does it mean for potential EV buyers down the road?
Well, I think it signals that EVs are becoming more accessible. As Tesla continues to kind of refine its manufacturing processes and scales production even further, the cost of EVs should continue to decline.
Got it.
Making them a more attractive option for a wider range of consumers.
So maybe someday owning an EV will actually be cheaper than owning a gas guzzler.
I think so.
That would really be the tipping point, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. If we can reach that point where EVs are both more affordable and more desirable than gasoline cars, it could dramatically accelerate the transition to sustainable transportation.
Totally. Okay, so we've got the cost of EVs coming down.
Yeah.
And on the production side, Q3 was a big win too, right?
Definitely.
They saw year-on-year growth for both production and deliveries.
Yeah.
After a little dip in previous quarters,
Right.
they even hit a massive milestone. 7 million vehicles produced.
That's a staggering number, especially considering where Tesla was just a few years ago.
It's wild.
It really highlights the rapid growth of the EV market as a whole.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the Cybertruck actually achieved a positive gross margin for the first time, suggesting that they're, making progress on those production challenges they faced earlier.
Wow, 7 million vehicles on the road.
Yeah.
It's incredible to think about the impact that's having already.
Absolutely.
And, I think a lot of people were skeptical about the Cybertruck at first with that wild, futuristic design.
Yeah.
But seeing it hit this production milestone kind of makes me think maybe they're onto something after all.
It's definitely a statement piece, and it seems like Tesla is committed to making it reality.
For sure.
And they're not just expanding, their existing Model 3 and Model Y platform. They're also gearing up to launch these new, more affordable models.
Yeah, and those new models are supposed to start production in the first half of 2025, right?
That's the plan.
Talk about ambitious.
Yeah.
What do you think those models will mean for the overall EV landscape?
Well, if Tesla can deliver on its promise of affordable EVs with high performance and range, it could be a game changer.
Yeah.
It would open up the market to a whole new segment of buyers who are price conscious but still want the benefits of electric driving.
For sure.
We could see a much more diverse range of EVs on the road in the coming years, which is exciting.
It feels like Tesla is really pushing to make EVs mainstream, to make them the obvious choice for everyone.
I think so.
Yeah.
And it's not just about making them affordable. They're also pushing the boundaries of what EVs can do, particularly when it comes to autonomy.
Right. Remember their We Robot event?
Oh, yeah.
They basically blew everyone's minds with those crazy cybercab and robo-van designs.
Yeah.
No steering wheel, no pedals, just pure AI driving you around. You ever seen anything like it?
It was a truly audacious unveiling,
Yeah.
showcasing Tesla's vision for a future of autonomous transportation that's not only electric but potentially far cheaper than traditional options.
They're talking about robotaxis with a lower cost per mile than ride sharing,
Wow.
even public transit. If they can pull that off, it would be a total disruption of the entire transportation sector.
For sure.
Imagine summoning a self-driving Tesla to take you anywhere for less than the bus fare.
It's a compelling vision, and it raises so many questions.
Like what?
How would existing transportation systems adapt? How would cities change?
Right.
And of course, the big one, when will this truly autonomous future arrive?
Right. And all good questions. Well, their progress on AI and full self-driving FSD seems pretty promising so far.
Yeah, they just released FSD Supervised 12.5 with significant improvements in safety and comfort.
That's great.
And they attribute those improvements to their access to increasing amounts of riding data.
Yeah.
And their massive investment in training compute.
Mm-hmm.
They're building this colossal cluster of H100 GPUs specifically for AI training.
So it's like they're building the brain of their self-driving future, right?
Exactly.
And that brain needs to be seriously powerful to handle all the complexities of the real world.
Absolutely. This level of investment indicates that they see fully autonomous driving not just as a possibility, but as an inevitability.
Why?
And they're determined to be at the forefront of that revolution.
So they're building the cars of the future and they're working on making them drive themselves, but they're not stopping there, are they?
Nope.
They're also making big moves in the energy sector.
That's right. Their energy business actually achieved a record gross margin in Q3.
Really?
Even with lower Megapack volumes than in the previous quarter.
Huh. What stood out to you from their energy business update?
Well, for me, it was the Lathrop Megafactory.
Okay.
They're producing 200 Megapacks a week.
Wow.
That translates to a 40 gigawatt hour annual run rate, which is a staggering amount of energy storage capacity.
That's impressive. It seems like Tesla is quietly becoming a dominant force in energy storage.
I think so.
Which is pretty crucial as we shift towards renewable energy sources like solar and wind.
It's a key piece of the puzzle, for sure.
Right.
Energy storage helps to address the intermittent nature of renewable energy sources, right?
Yeah.
Smoothing out those peaks and valleys in energy generation.
So it sounds like Tesla is creating a truly integrated system, right?
Yeah.
Electric vehicles, autonomous driving, renewable energy, and energy storage, they're all connected.
Absolutely. They seem to be betting big on playing a central role in each of these interconnected areas.
And they're not showing any signs of slowing down.
Yeah.
They expect to see slight growth in vehicle deliveries next year, but a significant increase in energy storage deployments.
Yeah, they're ramping things up.
It seems like it.
Yeah, and what struck me as interesting is their plan to achieve over 50% growth over their 2023 production levels.
Okay.
Before investing in any new manufacturing lines.
Wow.
They're planning to leverage their existing capacity for those new, more affordable models.
So they're being strategic, using their current resources before making any massive new investments.
Exactly.
Especially with the current economic uncertainty, that seems like a wise move.
It demonstrates a very measured and calculated approach to growth. They're not just throwing money at the problem.
Right.
They're carefully considering the best ways to utilize their current assets and infrastructure.
It's a fascinating balancing act.
Yeah.
They're pushing the boundaries of technology, but they're also keeping an eye on the bottom line. And so far, they seem to be navigating it all remarkably well.
Yeah. Really impressive.
Very impressive.
It's cool to watch.
Yeah, it is.
It's incredible to witness, you know, a company like Tesla pushing so hard in so many different areas.
Yeah.
Their ambitions are huge.
Right.
The technology is evolving rapidly, and they're not afraid to take some big risks.
And that's what makes them so captivating, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's like they're constantly pushing the envelope, and you never quite know what they're going to do next.
Right.
But all that unpredictability comes with some risks too, right?
Of course. Their aggressive timelines and ambitious goals don't always pan out exactly as planned. I mean, we've seen delays with some product launches. Right. And the road to fully autonomous driving has been longer and more challenging than they initially predicted.
That's true.
Yeah.
But they've also proven a lot of doubters wrong along the way.
Yeah.
Remember when people said they wouldn't be able to mass produce EVs?
Yeah.
All the time, or that the Cybertruck was just some crazy design experiment?
Right.
They delivered on both of those fronts.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do the same with these even bolder visions for the future.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Their track record of innovation is undeniable.
For sure.
But it's also important to remember that the landscape is changing.
Right.
The competition in the EV market is heating up.
Yeah, Definitely.
And other companies are making some serious advancements in autonomous driving technology.
Tesla's not the only game in town anymore.
Yep.
Traditional automakers are finally taking EVs seriously.
Yeah.
And tech giants are pouring resources into self-driving technology.
Yeah.
I think Tesla will adapt and respond to this more competitive landscape.
That's where their strategic focus on affordability and autonomy becomes even more crucial. If they can crack the code on making EVs truly affordable for the masses and lead the charge in autonomous transportation, they'll be in a commanding position.
So it's like they're pursuing two paths to revolutionize transportation.
I think so.
On one hand, they're trying to democratize EVs, making them more affordable and appealing to a wider range of buyers.
Right.
And on the other hand, they're aiming to completely transform how we think about transportation with self-driving robotaxis and purpose-built autonomous vehicles.
Exactly. And those two paths could converge at some point.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where affordable self-driving EVs are readily available, providing a more sustainable, efficient, and convenient way to get around.
Totally.
That seems to be the future Tesla is working toward.
It's a pretty compelling vision, and it's clear that Tesla is thinking long-term.
Yeah.
They're not just focused on profits next quarter. They're thinking about reshaping the entire transportation industry over the next decade and beyond.
That's a key takeaway from this deep dive.
I think so.
Tesla is so much more than just a car manufacturer.
Yeah.
They're a technology company with a grand vision for the future. They're innovating on multiple fronts, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. And challenging conventional thinking about how we get from point A to point B.
And they're doing all of this while dealing with the same economic uncertainties and supply chain challenges that are impacting the rest of the world.
Exactly.
It's pretty remarkable, even for a company as ambitious and unconventional as Tesla.
It really is. Their ability to navigate these challenges while continuing to innovate and expand speaks volumes about their resilience and adaptability.
Yeah.
It'll be fascinating to see what they accomplish in the next few years as this race to electrify and autonomize transportation intensifies.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. Record profits, ambitious production goals, new models on the horizon, relentless focus on AI and autonomy, and a rapidly growing energy business.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's clear Tesla is firing on all cylinders.
For sure.
What stands out to you as the biggest takeaway? What surprised you the most in this deep dive? It's mind-blowing to think about everything Tesla has going on right now. It's like they're playing a high-stakes game on multiple levels and somehow managing to stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah, what really stands out to me is the clarity of their dual strategy. You know, they're laser-focused on making EVs more affordable and revolutionizing transportation through autonomy. It's like they're playing two simultaneous games of chess, and both have the potential to reshape the world as we know it.
It's almost like they're saying, we're going to make EVs so affordable that everyone will want one AN. We're going to make them so smart they can drive themselves.
Right.
It's a bold vision, and I'm really curious to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, and that brings me to kind of a final thought. A question for our listener.
Okay.
Which of these paths, affordability or autonomy, do you think will have a greater impact on the world in the next, 5 to 10 years?
That's a tough one. Both have such massive potential to disrupt industries, change our daily lives, and contribute to a more sustainable future.
Right.
Maybe it's not about one being greater than the other, but how they'll intertwine and reinforce each other.
Perhaps. And that's the beauty of it all, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're on the cusp of a truly transformative era in transportation. And Tesla is right at the heart of it. It's a story that's still being written.
For sure.
And we're all along for the ride.
So keep your eyes on the road, everyone. Tesla's journey and the future of transportation itself promises to be a wild one. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to share your insights and predictions with us. Until next time.